Okay, we've got the Defined King James Bible. Just for a reference, this is a standard size Bible. This is the Cambridge Concord. And you see there the size difference. This is a very big Bible. It's comparable to like the wide margin Bibles. It's not really a wide margin Bible, but its text is very, very large. I haven't opened this Bible in a long time. And this is genuine leather, whatever that term means. You know, it can mean a lot of things. I haven't had this Bible down in a long time. It's pretty dusty. Let's see on the spine here. It's a Defined King James Bible. Uncommon words defined. Large print, genuine leather, and you can get this from Bible for Today. Okay, so this is a King James Bible for people who aren't quite familiar with the King James language. And so you've got all those archaic words that are defined, and this is how they do it. So right here you see the archaic words are in bold, and then you follow that down, and it tells you what that means. Yea means yes. Shall kindle in them. Stir up, ignite, catch fire. So you see that everywhere. Confederacy, 7, 4, Union, Alliance. So here's the deal with this. There's a reason that I didn't like this. And the reason is I don't quite like the way the idea of having it bold, having the words bold, because it kind of, as you're reading, it's distracting. It naturally puts a little emphasis on the bolded words. And also, I think they maybe went a little overboard with the things that they defined, like ought. You know, let me guess, that should be should. And if any man say ought, if any man say anything, 3b. Let's see if it, yep, anything. So a lot of these words are just kind of, there you go, wrought. That's worked, right? Let's see, 5, worked, sure. A penny, number 2, denarius, it's a Roman silver coin. So this is the kind of thing that would be defined in the center column reference or at the bottom on regular Bibles. Yeah, but that's not quite the definition of penny. That's just, I don't know. So apart, whatsoever, 3, whatever. I mean, words like that I don't think really need to be bolded and have their definitions everywhere. So it's just a little much. It's fine for somebody who really, really, really is completely unfamiliar with the King James, but they really have their heart set on using only the King James. Then I suppose this would be a good Bible to use. The words of Christ are not in red, as you see. And what else? So it's got the little thumb indexes. And let's see what else it has. Let's see, Revelation 21. Oh, I think I remember what's in the back of this. Okay, so here you are. It's got old verb endings classified and explained, you know, the F's, etc. So, I mean, readeth equals reads, reapeth equals reaps, reckoneth equals reckons. I mean, this is like, to me, it just seems like a waste of space. You just need one example that readeth equals reads and reapeth equals reaps, and then you kind of understand, okay, I can just take off the ETH and put an S on the end of it. You know, you don't have to list off every single one. It seems like a little bit of overkill. But again, some people like to be thorough, so here's the, whatever these are, changing it to ES. This is like all spelling It's like a school spelling lesson. Okay, the EST endings. Urgent plea for Christian fervency in these last days, and a defense of the authorized King James Bible. Now here is where it gets a little sketchy, because back here it starts in the King James version only, KJV-Onlyism philosophy, where they believe in only the King James version, and all other versions they say are corrupt, right? Modern versions attack God the Son. This is Satan's secret weapon, they say. The proliferation of modern versions. And let's see, the only salvation. And, you can kind of gather that what they're saying is the only salvation is through the true King James. That's the only thing that has the truth. You're just going to get a corrupt thing and probably be deceived if you read anything but the King James. But we say counterfeit. Chapter 3, the greatest translation. Maybe the King James is the greatest translation. I certainly love it. It's my favorite version. Wycliffe, Tyndale, John Rogers, the translation without equal. Chapter 4, counterattack. What makes a good version? Modern Bible versions examined. The Good News Bible. The NASV, the NEB. So it goes on and lists all these Bibles and then just trashes them and says, here's what the King James Version says, but here's what they say. The NIV. Oh boy, here's the real sad part, is that they attack the New King James Version as well, which is the other Bible version that I really enjoy. That's based also on the Textus Receptus, which I think is the more trustworthy manuscripts, rather than the Codex Sinaiticus and Vaticanus, whatever, that kind of have dubious origins and are missing a lot of stuff. But the techniques, the theology, oh boy, the disregard for God's name. The word Lord is thrown out 56 times. Yeah, that's a lot of times it replaces the word Lord with master, which is what they were saying. They weren't saying Lord, the name of God, YHWH or YHVH. They weren't saying that. They were saying Lord, as people would call their masters back then. The word God is ejected 35 times. Thrown out, ejected. God is probably replaced with Lord in some instances, or what have you. The word Jehovah is altogether missing. Well, Jehovah is a strange thing, and a lot of Christians understand that just like Jesus is, back in the way they would actually say his name was probably something like Yeshua, because there's no J in the Hebrew language. And I thought there might not be a V either, I'm not sure. But, a lot of people now say that the name of God is actually more correctly transliterated as Yahweh, YHWH, Yahweh, instead of Jehovah. So it's not an attack on truth. Oh yeah, see, there they go with the master. They've changed master a lot of times to teacher in the New King James. Well, perhaps that's more along the lines of what they were saying. Lord to Sir, Matthew 18:26. They changed Lord to Sir, Matthew 18:26. Let's just go check that really quick. Matthew 18:26. Okay, the servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. Now you understand this is not talking about Jesus here. Do you understand that? It's not talking about God. This is a parable, and this is talking about a human being. So the fact that he said sir instead of Lord, not so much an attack on God as just a different and perhaps more accurate translation. This is just one man talking to another man. So the fact that they replace Lord with sir isn't attacking God. But you wouldn't know that if you were just, let's see, if you were just, where is the rest of this? Living Bible. Oh yeah, this is the New King James. Here we are. See, but the way that they phrase all this stuff and the way that they present all these omissions and word changes and, you know, saying stuff like, oh, they took out the word Lord such and such amount of times, etc. Well, you know, anyway, so Lord to sir, you would think that, oh, they're calling Jesus sir, and, you know, the good old King James calls him Lord. Well, really, no. This is talking about one person talking to another person and called him sir instead of Lord. With the footnotes, pro-gay bias, pro-Catholic stance. Oh my goodness. The RSV, the Living Bible, servants of Satan, doctors of deceit. Oh boy. Behold, I come quickly. Signs of his glorious coming. All roads lead to Rome. Well, that is the truth. How we got our Bible. So then this is just more, this is really kind of a from God to the King James Bible. Oh boy. Good fruit, King James Bible. Evil fruit, all other modern perversions. Oh, that's sad. Every vital doctrine attacked. Oh my goodness. Corrupt tree. D.A. Waite, Pastor D.A. Waite. About the contributing editor, about the publication coordinator, Christ our Passover sacrificed for us. And then we've got some kind of, you know, black and white non-color maps here. Oh, look at that, Garden of Eden. The Middle East before the flood. That's kind of neat. I don't think I've ever seen a map of kind of the original Earth there in the Bible. I very much doubt that it looked like this, because I imagine a lot of these, the Mediterranean Sea, the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea, the Red Sea, the Persian Gulf, I imagine a lot of the way that the land is structured, the entire Earth, not just the Middle East, but the entire Earth is structured, came about because of the flood and was vastly different before the flood. Probably not so many big old bodies of water like that. Probably mostly, you know, some lakes and ponds and rivers and streams, but mostly, you know, lush, green, rolling hills and valleys and such. I don't think it looked quite so similar to the way it does today. That's where he says the Garden of Eden was, and that's interesting. Origins of nations from descendants of Noah, Exodus to the Judges, the land promised to Israel, 6th century BC empires, major nations of the Bible then and now, and Palestine, Old and New Testament, and then a map of Jerusalem. And that's it. So, that is the defined King James Version. A very interesting idea, very interesting Bible, and a very cool concept to have a King James Bible where they simply define the archaic words. which is terrific. I just think that maybe they went a little far on how many things they define, and probably the way they implemented that with the bolding of everything. You know, it could be that there could be like maybe a little star or that little reference number after those words, where you could go and find it if you feel like it, which isn't so distracting as the bold. Or it could be to where there would be no markings, and if you came across a word that you weren't sure about, you could just look in the bottom and see, oh yeah, this is defined down there. So that way the text would be not messed with, but the definitions will still be down there for anyone who wants to see it. So that is it. All in all, a pretty cool Bible. I don't personally use it, and I think I emailed them after I received this and kind of let them know my thoughts about the bolding and it's how it's a little bit distracting and such. Salute, 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 salute. And then after the Bible, no concordance or anything, but some lessons about the suffixes, come after words, the est and the eth and such, and what that word means. And then also a ton of King James only propaganda, attacking all the other versions, and that's about it. So if you are a King James onlyist, then this Bible is probably right up your alley. God bless.